So imagine being injected with this like microscopic drug that turns your own nervous system into an instrument of absolute agony.
Oh, wow. That sounds awful.
Right. Your only hope is this ruthless underworld boss who just broke into the room and slaughtered your captors. But instead of, untying you, he just pulls up a chair.
And just watches you suffer for 11
Yeah.
hours.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We are taking our stack of Universos Fragmentados lore to dissect the intensely psychological, honestly pretty dark romance between Saymon and Hikaru.
I mean, our mission for you today is to really explore how this terrifying predator-prey introduction evolves into this bizarre, almost codependent sanctuary.
So to understand this fox and cat dynamic, we really have to look at the inciting incident, the drug erosin.
Right, so Hikaru is captured by these Yakuza mercenaries and injected with this substance. And erosin is this nanotech drug designed to induce like prolonged erotic torment and extreme physical vulnerability.
It basically just dismantles the victim's nervous system, right?
Exactly. But Hikaru isn't just a random victim here. He's a cyborg nano-engineer.
Right, so while the erosin is tearing through him, his own cybernetics were actively fighting this micro-war in his bloodstream, just to keep him conscious.
Yeah, he is tied to a chair,
Like-
literally fighting his own body. And then Saymon, who is this feared, completely untouchable fox of the criminal underworld, bursts in and just kills the captors.
Which sounds like a standard rescue. But then instead of freeing Hikaru, Saymon just drags a chair over and observes him.
Yeah, for 11 grueling hours, he just watches Hikaru writhe and agonize under the drug's effects until the engineer finally, passes out from sheer exhaustion.
It's like a morbid scientist observing a moth trapped in a glass jar. It completely shatters any normal rescue tropes.
It really does. It's less a rescue and more a predator recognizing a survivor. Saymon is testing his endurance.
He is asserting total dominance by refusing to offer even a shred of comfort.
Right, establishing himself as the ultimate predator while Hikaru is just the completely exposed prey.
Because Saymon needs to see Hikaru stripped down to his absolute lowest point, I guess.
Well, yeah. In the ruthless criminal underworld of Netheria, Saymon is a massive target. He is constantly manipulating everyone around him.
So he can never, ever show weakness.
Exactly. By forcing Hikaru to display ultimate vulnerability first, Saymon is essentially testing if this person can handle the darkest parts of reality.
And because Saymon witnessed that rock-bottom vulnerability, this really bizarre psychological door opens. I mean, logically, after a sadistic introduction like that, you would think Hikaru would just run away forever.
Oh, absolutely. Disappear into the outer rim.
But the dynamic completely inverts.
Yeah.
Paradoxically, Hikaru becomes the only person Saymon can be weak around.
And this silent, dependent cycle begins. Time passes, and Saymon starts randomly appearing at Hikaru's home in the dead of night.
Always severely injured, right?
Yeah, bleeding out, his coat torn to shreds. Just a mess.
And Hikaru dutifully bathes him, stitches his wounds, and literally gives up his own bed so Saymon can rest. Only for Saymon to leave silently by morning. I have to ask, are we sure this isn't just some kind of futuristic Stockholm syndrome? Is he secretly addicted to taming the untamable? He's meticulously patching up the monster who watched him suffer for half a day.
Well, Stockholm Syndrome really requires captivity, and a desperate need to appease a captor just to survive. But Hikaru isn't captive anymore.
That's a good point. He's basically a free agent at this point.
Right. He is actively choosing to leave his door unlocked for Saymon. It's not about appeasement at all. It's about mutual survival.
Because Hikaru knows exactly how dangerous Saymon is.
Exactly. And Saymon knows Hikaru won't weaponize his vulnerability.
They have found this unspoken sanctuary. In an ecosystem like Netheria, where genuine affection will likely get you killed, this bond might be the only honest foundation they have.
Yeah, they went from a terrifying standoff of drug-induced torment to a relationship built entirely on the silent patching up of physical wounds.
It really is a complete subversion of trust.
It is. The fox only drops his defenses in this one specific room, with the cat who survived his absolute worst cruelty.
Which leaves you with a final thought to chew on today. In a deeply corrupted dystopian world where every connection is a transaction or a trap, is a toxic, unspoken dependency. Sometimes the closest thing to genuine trust a person can actually experience.